Hey there guys, what's up? My name's Anger Banjo, aka that JRPG bro. We are here with more Ghost of Tsushima here, doing our New Game Plus playthrough here. We are currently working towards building up all our alliances in the side sections of the game. We really want to focus on kind of doing some side quests. We want to also make sure we get through the main storyline as well. I'm going to show you guys some of the other stuff we can do throughout the game. I'm not going to focus on doing everything. I already 100% of the game. Now, if you want 100% of the game, I encourage you. This game is amazing. Now, if you're just trying to get the Platinum Trophy, you don't have to do every little thing in the game. And that's something I love about what Sony has done recently with their first-party titles, is that if you're a Platinum Trophy hunter, which is something I've kind of started becoming since 2018, it's not as hard to get Platinum Trophies in major Sony titles anymore, which is amazing. It's still a challenge, don't get me wrong, it's still time-consuming. I want to point that out. If you guys remember games like the original Last of Us, where you had to play on multiple difficulty levels, you don't have to do that on most of these games, which is fantastic. Last of Us Part 2, a lot of the stuff was collection-based. Annoying, but, you know, when you're in that 4% who gets a Platinum Trophy for a game like that, you kind of feel good about yourself. I'm going to say that right now. So if you're a completionist like I have been over the last few years, it's definitely worth doing. Now, there are, if you guys are familiar with like Assassin's Creed and stuff like that, there's a lot of stuff you can do. A lot of side stuff, collectible items, obviously, that we gather throughout the entire map of the game. And it sounds like it's a lot of stuff, and it is, but in reality, if we're going to compare this to, say, Assassin's Creed Origins or Odyssey, whatever the last one was, it's not as much. There's a decent amount, but it doesn't feel overwhelming and overbearing. We don't have to do 100% of 100% in order to, you know, kind of do everything and feel like we did everything. So, like, there's like 59 pieces of vanity gear, which is all aesthetic stuff. You don't have to get all 59 pieces. I think you just have to get 20. If that's what you want to do, get the Platinum Trophy, you just need 20. And that's pretty sweet. I freaking love doing the assassination moves. I feel so awesome when I do it. It's really empowering, I think, when we go ahead and we just, like, jump down with our katana out. So I want to make sure we're doing everything right. See, when I said that we get bonus challenges here, so it wants us to kill an enemy with a Heavenly Strike. That is a special technique that you unlock in the game. And how to unlock that's one of the mystic kills. Throughout the game, there are different sections. You have several main storylines. As you see, we have all the mythic ones. This is our skill tree. Mythic, here we go. Got to figure out the right one. That is triangle and circle. So that's what we have to do. We have to kill him with it. But throughout the game, there are different storylines. There are different quests. So we have Tales of Tsushima, which is your side quests. Just your basic side quests. Nothing special. Just regular, ordinary, everyday side quests. Then you have your Tales of, which is a specific character storyline. There's about 4 or 5 of them. So we've already seen Masako Adachi and Ishikawa. They have their storylines. We've already focused on doing them recently. That's what we've done. There are other characters to get it. Then we have Jin's Journey, which is the main storyline. Then we also have the Mythic Tales. The Mythic Tales are going to be these longer kind of storylines that focus us on going out and getting mythic gear, mythic abilities, all this stuff. Now, in New Game Plus, since we already have all that stuff, it's not going to matter if we do it or not. We might do 1 or 2 to give you an idea of what they're like. But like I said, New Game Plus really kind of cuts back on having to do a lot of things in the game. Like, we could have just sat back and just done the story. Instead of, and also New Game Plus also is a chance for people who didn't get the Platinum Trophy to go back and get the Platinum Trophy and pick up the stuff they missed. I know I said it's an easier Platinum Trophy to get. I'd say if we're talking about a difficulty level of 1 to 10, I'd say maybe it's a 3, possibly a 4, depending on your, I guess, how much you hate collecting and doing collectathons. It's not really a time drain. Like I said, 40, 50 hours if you're playing the game right. You play a certain way and you're, not playing like me. When I first played through, I literally went around and saw the sights, and you take in everything you want to see about this game because it's so goddamn beautiful. And it plays amazing. Like, And I rarely say bad things about games. People are sitting there like, bro, you barely say... Oh, nice shot.
You'll be free soon.
If a samurai lives, then hope for Tsushima lives.
Can you get somewhere safe?
I think so, my lord. But the Mongols are watching from the crossroads above the river. Anyone traveling north from Azumo is in danger.
I'll see to the Mongols.
Cool thing here is when we save people like that, we don't get like a reward, but they'll give us an idea of where something is. Like there, we just found out that there is an enemy. I don't want to call it an enemy encampment, but that's pretty much what it is. So we gotta just go and take care of that, obviously, eventually. But people are sitting here like, bro, you don't say anything bad about any games. You say how great they are, and you kind of talk shit on Ubisoft, but you say you like the Ubisoft games. That's true. Most people aren't going to sit here and, kind of play through games they don't like. I'm not Video Game Donkey here. As awesome as he is, I don't have the patience to sit and play through an entire game and kind of write an essay about why the game is terrible. Or why the game is amazingly terrible, like Knack. I don't have that capability. Usually it's true. There is a game I've been working on the computer, on the PC, my laptop, that I am like really unsure of how I feel about it right now. And right now I'm leaning towards quitting it because I put about 5-6 hours into it, and it's a shorter JRPG, and I'm not enjoying it right now. So I'm still trying to figure out right now the right button here to pull up the wins. And here you see all the collectibles that we get. The shrines, there's 49 of them, 19 haikus, 8 lighthouses, 16 Shinto shrines, 16 bamboo strikes, and 18 hot springs. They all do different things. I believe the hot springs is for health, right? So you go to them, you get a little bit of boost to your health. The bamboo strikes boost your resolve. Haikus give you a bandana. That you could do those and like buy an item. And there's your, cosmetic, which is your vanity gear. I think it's the shrines, maybe, and the fox dens that give you charms. And the charms actually, like, give you, like, stat boosts. They're your stat boosting items on top of your weapons. So if you have a personal favorite, like, piece of armor, not really a piece of armor, but you can put it on your sword and your bows and arrows. Actually, it's weird because you have more charms than you have actual like items to put the charms on, so you can kind of rotate things out. Obviously, we can't just put nothing but major charms on things. God, I wish I could. I really do. That would be pretty sweet. And
too much smoke for a campfire. The Kishi grasslands. Straw Hat mercenaries were seen in the area. Mongol convoy ambushed. Could be the Straw Hats doing. Attack started here, but there had to be more than one Mongol. Looks like more bodies up ahead. trying to get away from his attackers.
Jin Sakai.
Ryozu, you look like a scarecrow.
You've looked better too. Can I have my hat?
You're a mercenary now.
Professional warrior.
Maybe you can help me. I'm looking for your leader.
He died on Komoda Beach.
You were there too.
I lost a lot of friends.
We all did. And we can avenge them if we work together. Help me save Lord Shimura.
He's alive. The Straw Hats are hurt. Starving. I can't ask them to risk their lives for one man.
Even if you can name your price? Once we free our home, Lord Shimura will pay you. Anything you want.
My men might be interested.
Your men?
I look out for them. Someone has to.
Do we have a deal?
I'll think about it.
Hold your ground.
I always do.
I really messed that one up. I actually did not. I've always been like rough with the doing the standoffs, and it really bothers me when I don't do well. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of funny and frustrating at the same time because like I like to say, oh man, I'm so good at this, and I know I'm sitting here playing this game for everyone to watch, and I'm like, shit, I fucked that up. Oh man. And I probably said this before, rotating between different movesets, that's not something I'm really good at. Changing my stance on the fly and making it look smooth. I think there are probably better people doing this. If you guys were to sit there and say, bro, do you ever play Dark Souls? And I'll say, ha 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 ha, no. This game is the closest thing to Dark Souls you'll see me play. And I say closest thing, I mean, the game's combat system it's Souls-esque, like, not hardcore heavy Souls-like. The game does put a lot of, I don't want to say pressure, but a lot of the combat is based on dodging and parrying. Blocking is not really something you could do, so you have to be able to move fast. Obviously, you know, it's not permadeath, you're not being punished, it's not a roguelike, it's not the genres I don't like. Because I can't play those. If we're being honest, it's not something I can do. I've never actually, like, the idea of permadeath in a game really turns me off. But I've been hearing about this game that came out called Hades. Art style looks amazing. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh man, this game looks amazing. I want to try it. But I'm like, oh, it's a roguelike. No, thank you. But another thing, this is just a little thing that really bothered me the first time I played this. You guys haven't picked up on it yet.
Your form has improved.
And you managed to grow a beard.
Have you considered my offer?
The Straw Hats can't save your uncle. We'll be lucky if we survive the week.
It's that bad?
We're starving. I was out here hunting for food, and I'm returning to my men empty-handed.
But not alone. Take me to your camp. We'll figure something out on the road.
Just like old times.
Planning to walk? Don't you have a horse? Come on.
When was the last time we saw each other?
2 summers ago. Lord Nagao's tournament.
I looked for you after the tournament ended.
Straw Hats saw our duel. They needed a new sword. Seemed like fun.
You never visited my uncle's castle.
There wasn't work there.
I would have helped you become a retainer of Clan Shimura. You only had to ask.
I made my own way. Another wagon.
Might have something we can salvage.
Empty.
Samurai! Samurai!
Was this your wagon?
Yes, my lord. Mongols stole my horse, took my rice.
You're lucky that's all you lost.
Which way did the Mongols go?
Toward Fort Ohira.
Damn it.
Take refuge at the Golden Temple. Warn others to stay off these roads.
Yes, my lord.
Let's keep moving. My camp's not far.
Let's go, son. I meant what I said before. Help free Lord Shimura, and he'll grant you anything in his power.
What's he got the power to give?
Name your price.
3 sake for life.
Is that all?
A place to drink. Big enough for all my men.
Be serious, Ryozu. I know you want to be more than a mercenary.
It's been 3 years, Jin. Things change.
It can't have been easy keeping the Straw Hats together after Komodo Beach. How did you do it?
I convinced them nobody can save us but ourselves.
That's true.
I used to think so. But it's starting to feel like a lie.
How many men do you have?
We're down by half, but still enough to call ourselves a small army. Why?
That peasant said the Mongols stole his rice and went to Fort Ohira.
You think they're hoarding food there?
Possibly.
You have an idea?
The beginning of one.
Easy, Shinzo. It's me.
He's here! Ryuzo's back!
About time. I don't see any food. Who's the samurai?
Men, this is my old friend, Lord Sakai.
Ryozu told me you're starving. I'm here to help.
You didn't find food.
We have a plan. Raid Fort Ohira and take back the food Mongols have stolen from our people.
Raid a fort? They'll kill us!
Give us a moment. Come with me, Jin. We should have talked about your idea before telling my men.
I wanted to give them hope.
That's my job.
I meant no disrespect.
It's fine. Through here, Jin. If you ride with the Straw Hats, you have to look the part. I've got a spare set of armor that should fit.
It better not have lice.
Never letting me forget that, are you? Spare armor's in the chest.
You're not as handsome as me, but it's not bad.
We should check the fort's defenses. Look for weak spots.
My men will handle that part.
Then we have a deal?
Get us that food at Fort Ohira, and we'll get your uncle away from the Mongols.
Thank you, Ryozu.
Just remember who's in charge of the Straw Hats.
I would never dream of replacing you, my friend.
Give us a head start. We'll meet you at the old cemetery.
See you there.
And that starts the tale of Ryozu. Ryozu? I can never say his name right, but that kind of introduces us to the next subsection of storylines here to get us ready for taking care of, I guess it's, the main storyline here. And it's funny because that wasn't really that long of a storyline. Long of a, I don't want to say chapter, mission, quest, whatever the proper term is that we want to use. It wasn't that long. And here we go. We're going to head over to the cemetery right now. And we're going to get ready to do the tale of Ryozu. Ryozu, his friend, the Straw Hat storyline. I hear the name, And I can't say it right, and it's just kind of funny here for me to kind of sit here and be like, yeah, I'm going to say that right. But this is a major story mission here, as you guys know, from the first tale of Masako and Ishikawa. That first one is the big one, and then I think it's like the last one we can do in the area is a pretty big one. I'm guessing this is a cemetery. So let's see what Ryozu has to say here.
Should be back in a moment now.
Good. You're here. You ready to steal some food for us?
Is this everyone?
Just the men who can fight worth a damn. The rest are too hungry or sick.
Let's hope we're enough to raid the fort.
There's a better chance of seeing cherry blossoms in winter than getting that food.
There's always a way.
Preferably one that doesn't kill half my men. My scout's back. Come on.
A lot of men inside. A signal at the top of the tower.
If they call reinforcements from the bay, we'll be trapped. They'll cut us to pieces.
Find a place to watch for me. Once they destroy their signal, attack.
They'll kill you.
If they do, avenge me. And take their food.
That's not funny.
Watch the tower for my signal.
If you say so.
So this is actually a very interesting mission here, because we kind of have to go stealth in here. Obviously, it's going to leave the stealth thing in a little bit here. So what we got to do is we got to stealth our way up to the top of the lighthouse here and kind of give Ryozu and his crew the signal. This is actually a lot bigger of a story segment than I originally thought it was. It does have some length to it, some girth, if that's the right terminology. And like I said, one of the things this game does so well is it does do a great job telling the story and kind of making like each like section of the game, like, you know, Masako's storyline does feel like its own like little mini, you know, submission, like kind of like DLC kind of like quest line. It's not on par. It's close to being on par with The Witcher 3, because The Witcher 3 had some pretty great side quests and everything else that kind of blended in together.
It's time, Ryozu.
And like I said, this like story segment definitely like turned from being okay, let's be like stealthy, you know, Solid Snake, Sam Fisher, into let's go on a murder spree. You want to talk about murders? Oh yeah, chain assassination. Talk dirty to me. Oh, we could do 3 of them. Oh, that was so sweet. I'm having a hard time telling which one's an enemy and which one's not. One thing though that does drive me crazy about this game is our inability to really focus on enemies. If you guys haven't noticed, if we're in a group of enemies, like right here, we can't focus on any enemy at all. There's no like lock on, and people were actually complaining about that to an extent. And Sucker Punch is like, yo, bros, it's samurai movie like thing, and I get it. They want to have that authenticity, but this is also a video game. Everything can't be super cinematic here.
Let's get your men something to eat.
Where's all the food?
I didn't see any in the tower. Did you find anything?
Just a stack of Mongol papers on a dead officer.
Let me see.
You read Mongolian?
If it's in Chinese, I can make out some of it.
Since when?
Since I had to read Sun Tzu. This was only a temporary depot. They're taking everything. Offshore.
The boats are in the bay. We'll never get out to them.
We got in here.
You're crazy. What did you have in mind?
Let's see what we're up against. Mongols have small boats on the beach.
We could steal one, but we'd have to cut through their army.
Too many barriers and archers. A frontal attack would be suicide.
I want my men far away from the enemy's line.
Put your archers on that cliff. The Mongols will focus on them while we steal a boat. Flaming arrow might set off those explosives.
That will get their attention. But we need them to look away from the beach. All right, men. They don't know we took the fort, so they'll be waiting for reinforcements that aren't coming. Keep them busy long enough for us to steal a boat. Then retreat into the forest. Look for my torch. That's your signal to attack.
Let's find a way down to the beach.
You heard Ryozu. Let's move.
We won't let you down.
Watching you fight back there reminded me of Lord Nagao's tournaments. You did whatever it took to win.
It was a competition. You fought just as hard.
Did I?
What are you getting at?
Nothing. Just remembering our duel.
We'll talk about this later.
If we survive.
Your men should be in position. Light the torch. Now.
I knew they'd come through. Look at that fire. Here, you.
This wasn't the plan, team. There's no time to fight. We need to get to that boat.
Okay, so we have this whole beach full of enemies, and we're not supposed to kill any of them. We're supposed to kind of avoid them and go straight to the boat. That's fine, I get it. But it's kind of hard because I don't know if the enemies are going to prevent us from getting on the boat and kind of, yeah, combat nearby. So we can't have any enemies near us. So, like, Ryozu yelling at me for killing people is kind of counterintuitive on his part. I know that sounds kind of silly for me. Oh, Ryozu's yelling at me. He's yelling at me. Yes, that is true. He is yelling at me, and I'm annoyed. I don't like being yelled at. NPCs need to shut up. I'm just kidding about that, yo. I'm not really mad. But, like, I knew this was going to happen because there's so many enemies around, and we're going to have to clear them out before we can really do anything. And I know that sounds... it's not bad design. It's just... I just thought it was annoying that Ryozu was yelling at me saying, hey, we have to wait.
Can't believe no one tried to sink us.
Your men distracted the ship's crew, too.
Look around here.
So now we gotta get on this boat here. This is actually a very interesting thing because we can approach this one of two ways. I think we could try to really be more stealthy in general here, or we can just go in and just slaughter everyone mercilessly if we get to that
No
point.
food here. You should have told me earlier.
Life took us in different directions. It was a long time.
And we get a little bit of backstory too between the two characters. I recently saw someone complain about a trend in video games where there's so many cutscenes. I don't mind the cutscenes as much as some people do. I like cutscenes in my games. But when you're saying, oh, give another way for people to get exposition, backstory, so on and so forth, through dialogue throughout the game, which is what they're doing right now between Ryozu and Jin here, which is fantastic the way they're doing it. It's also kind of like, well, I'm trying to focus on what I'm trying to do. You're not picking up on everything.
Surprise that.
And that's a little bit of downside too.
Greetings! Nice ship.
We have to move fast.
Alright, so I thought this was actually the mission where I could go stealth. I'm absolutely wrong, which is fine. Stealth in this game is not as hard as I thought it would be. It's a challenge, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like, oh, you know, I'm great at stealth games. I'm terrible at them. Some of my bros here, I played Metal Gear Solid, and you know, one of my bros, he's great with those games and stealth, and I'm downright terrible. I am downright terrible. The only way I did the stealth in the first game is when I had that invisibility cloak. Not gonna lie. Shit, we didn't dodge that. Okay. And I've said this before, New Game Plus, it gives us new enemy, not new enemy types, but it gives us harder level enemy types from the beginning. So the game, it's really cool because when you play New Game Plus on most games, that really doesn't change. It's not adjusted. So like you can go in with all your abilities and all your skill points and everything like that, all your weapons, everything like that. But if we do New Game Plus here, which is what we're doing, obviously, you know, they scale up the difficulty. So it's like easy plus, standard plus, hard plus, very hard plus. So the difficulty is scaled based on, you know, New Game Plus. So it's like, hey, you have everything unlocked, but we're going to give you the harder enemies from the beginning instead of kind of leveling you up there because you know what you're doing. Now, it's rough because, like, we went 5 months between playing. And I was wrong, 5 months, 3 months. So, but hypothetically speaking, some people could go, you know, play this in November, December, you know, even next year, a year later. I want this game to be the last game we play on the PlayStation 4 console. I feel like this is a great way to kind of say goodbye to the PlayStation 4. Yes, there will still be PlayStation 4 games being played, but they'll be played on the PS5, which is... They're going to have slight upgrades, better load times, so on and so forth. I did see the PlayStation Plus collection. I am debating if I want to play Persona 5 or just play Persona 5 Royal again because of the PlayStation Plus collection. And I've looked it up. The PlayStation Plus collection does have slight upgrades, which is fantastic. But I don't know. Persona 5 Royal is the actual complete edition of the game, which I'm really I like that more than anything else. So we might do that. I know Persona 5 Scramble should be coming out here in the West at some point soon. I'm really looking forward to that one. We're going to be raving about that one. Not going to lie.
These look like battle plans.
And this is... I was actually wrong again. So right now we are doing this very stealth-like. So we're actually just going around, like, stealthing people around. That guy just opened the door and just got, you know, messed up.
all the food they've stolen from them.
We're gonna kill this guy. I'm missing him. Okay, that's fine. I keep messing this up. It keeps popping up and suffering. There we go. Got it.
For me, Won't win.
So we have 40 seconds to save Ryozu. Do we want to kill this guy first, or I don't know how we want to do this. We'll kill him first. There we go.
Did you see how big he was? That's where all our food went. Bastards! They're burning our food.
Ryozu, we have to go. Can you swim?
Fire spreading. Jump! I'll go like jump.
Well, that's a terrible tactic there to burn the food. This is actually a pretty cool cinematic event. So we gotta jump off the boat. Are we supposed to jump somewhere in particular, or just in the water?
Hiding spot ahead. I promised my men I'd feed them, and I'm going back empty-handed.
We'll find another way.
But how many will I lose before then?
I found something that might help. Mongol battle plans.
Do they show supply lines?
One page has a map. It's a start.
Hand it over.
We do this together.
You've got your own problems, and I am the leader. I need this, Jin.
And I'll need you at Castle Canada.
You'll have me.
Don't let them see you coming.
Just like you.
This is a great place for us to call it a break today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. We have more Ghost of Tsushima coming your way in the future. We have a bunch of other titles we're working on as well. I will see you guys next time.